By the age of 13, I got involved in the lifestyle. I joined a gang. I was doing drugs, I was an addict, I was a violent person. By age 21, I committed a life crime and I went to prison with a 30 to life.
So coming to Alma was my way of giving back to the community. And I was thankful because it was close to my house. I had no idea they were here. You have kind people around you. You can communicate and assist each other, sharing resources and friendship, even food, things of that nature. This place has something about it that heals. And I didn't know that about farming. You know, I didn't know that about the soil, you know. Maybe it's because this is man's original task when he was put on this planet, but it's something healing about the soil and cultivating new life. It forces you to learn things about yourself and others, and you learn how to read your signs and other people's signs as well, so how to resolve issues without conflict, without violence.
Oh, I love farming, so you gotta have the right soil. You know, you gotta feed the soil and the soil feed the crop. We usually try to harvest a day or two before the farm stand so that it's less stress to the vegetable. We're not using pesticide here. We're not using preservatives or non-GMO, you know. When you're growing up, that's when you're absorbing things. Same thing with plants. When they're growing up, that's when they're most vulnerable. So you gotta give them the right nutrients, you gotta prune them, you gotta look for pests. We want to see people who just come in, grab a bundle because everything is the same and, you know, nice, healthy. You know? And those kind of things, you see that is like fulfilling. You know, just seeing it from the seeds to people like, you know, doing your groceries and you know it's gonna feed families. It's like out of this little tiny seed and you watch them grow into something like this. I have to constantly remind myself that everybody's not the same, that everybody has shortcomings. I would automatically judge a person or stuff like that growing up, especially when I was in a gang. You know, you're not in my gang, you're my enemy. So I was missing a lot of things in life, and I went to look for that somewhere else. You know, replace those missing things in my life. My parents made an effort to change me and my brother, so they sent us here to California. But in California, I continued the lifestyle. By age 21, I committed a life crime and I went to prison with a 30 to life. I was in denial at first. I didn't want to take responsibility of what I did because I was still blaming my victim. It took at least 5 to 8 years before I started seeing aha moments, like realizing that what I did is very wrong and that there's no returning back to that. There's no, you can't really repair that damage I did. If I wasn't locked up, I would have been out there for my family, you know, for my mom. My mom is like, she is the matriarch of the family, you know. In the Filipino cultures, it's always the women that, you know, backbone. And she's very close to me. So her passing was like, kind of like opened my eye, you know. I felt like hopeless. I wanted to like see her. I didn't even get to treat her nice, you know. But what did I know at 21, right? But when I was in the lifestyle, I feel like I know it all, you know. You have all the answers in the world.
I think it nurtures me in that way that, like, I don't know, I just feel so at peace with the world. Like if I come here with something on my shoulder, I ain't gonna say magically, but by the time I leave, spend 8 hours here, I go home feeling a lot better about myself.
Well, when I first step into Alma, it's almost brought me back to that innocent child, you know, before the gang, before the drugs, before the violence, you know, before the life crime, before prison. It takes me back where my mom used to send me to neighboring farm in the Philippines. She would ask me, hey, go buy this vegetable and You know, I would prepare the food with her and stuff like that. So it took me back to my innocence days, you know. This is not like work for me. This is more like ther- therapy, therapeutic.